I just replaced my project manager with an AI system instead of Claude. And you won't believe how easy this is nowadays with Anthropic's newest models, such as Opus 4.8. So I'm going to basically walk you through on how you can create your own project manager specifically custom to your tool stack. So first, of course, we have to understand what's the project manager's tasks or like daily to-dos and which tools does the project manager does. And I'm going to like, it's going to be flexible for all kinds of tools. So if you use something unique, that's completely fine. I'm going to show you how to connect that as well. So first of all, I want to connect my meeting note takers, which is in this case, Fireflies. If you use Otter, if you use Fathom or anything else, completely fine. We're going to cover that as well. I want to connect my Gmail, so my emails, so all things related to client projects. I want the AI to give me an update about, so I'm on top of everything. Also tools like Slack, which is my primarily communication platforms for clients, and then also a project management system, such as in ClickUp or Monday or Asana. Whatever you use, the structure will be exactly the same. So first of all, you have to understand which tools do you want to use. Then once you have the tools, understand why you have them and the outcome. If you just list a bunch of tools, like here's a bunch of tools, do whatever you want. Don't do that. It's going to be like basically overwhelm the model. Like be specific on the outcome that you want to achieve. If you want a consistent outcome for the AI project manager, you have to follow the to-do list of an AI or like a normal project manager, right? It works the same way. Then once you have the API key, or in this case, there's also an option that you might have the MCP, which is basically a specific key that you give for AI models for them to understand you. However, not all platforms have an MCP key. So I want to cover both things so you can be flexible whatever you use some offshore platform. If you have something a bit more unique and there's no MCP platform, that's still completely fine. Then I'm going to connect everything and make sure it runs. So for example, I want to connect my Gmail. The great part about some of this is that if you press on this addition button here down in the corner, and if you press on connectors and press on manage connectors, there's also quite funny pre-done connectors inside of Claude. So in this case, I've connected my Gmail account already. So you don't have to do everything from scratch. You can automatically create some of these things inside of here, such as the Google Drive, the Google Calendar, the GitHub, and so on. You can also allow how much access should the AI model have. Sometimes you don't feel comfortable that AI should like read or write emails for you. That's completely fine. Just pick whatever access you want, blocked, needs approval, or always allow. Such as, do you always want an AI to create a new label or create a new draft in emails, right? If so, yes or no. I'm going to ask the Claude here, hey, do you have access to my Gmail account? If so, are there any YouTube labels? Should be 2 in total. Let me know which 2 exact ones are in there. I'm going to just test it out to see if it has access to my actual Gmail account. Let's go now to search it and then let me know. And just like that, it returned me 2 YouTube related labels. I have people pitching my YouTube and I have YouTube brand deals. That means it is connected. And quite frankly, I can ask whatever I want. I can say like, hey, give me an update about this client this week. Is there any email thread I need to know? Right? So I could say like, hey, give me an update of all clients in the last week that are from FlowClick group or something, right? So if I go back here, I want to connect to more tools. Gmail is only the first option here. So let's say I'm using Fireflies. This is my AI meeting Notetaker. If you're using Fathom or Otter, that's also completely fine. Just search for a tool. So I'm going to say, okay, Fathom API key. And then I'm going to pick, okay, here is the API key introduction. I'm going to find my API key, or of course, better if you have the MCP server, which is not always available for all models. So keep that in mind. If it's not there, that's fine. You can still connect the API key and give it the documentations. However, of course, always easy if you can directly connect it. So there's guides to this. You don't have to understand anything here, quite frankly. You can just give it the link here, like, hey, I use Fathom as my note taker. Here's my API key, and take this developer documents. And it's going to do everything for you. It's that straightforward. So with whatever you use, connect it. I'm going to just copy this link inside of here. This one, copy. And then I'm going to go back to Claude and say like, oh, I also want to connect my Fireflies, or give it some background context like, hey, I run flowclick.com. I want a custom command that runs each morning when I say, let's say, good morning. Essentially, this command should check for any new emails. It should see if my team had any meetings yesterday, and if so, brief me on how they went, and so on. I think you understand this here. And then I can like, here is my API key for Fireflies, let's say. And I can just copy paste the key here. And I have it, right? So you can make this 10 times better. Quite frankly, you can go into here and connect with whatever you want. If you use like Asana as a project management tool, Asana API key documentation. Same thing here. You want to find the personal access token. You want to copy this developer.asana.com, give it the API key and say like, hey, also check my Asana and check if there's anything due or if things have to get updated today or have to follow up with the client. Customized however you want with whatever tools that you currently use. It's that straightforward. So go through the tools that you need and just give it the API keys. Then give it some context and say, okay, in this case, I can say, if I go back here, I can say whatever I want. I can say, go through my email today and see if someone has booked any meeting today with me. Call Jonathan. Do not return anything else than cal.com confirmations. I'm also currently recording a YouTube video. Please do not share any confidential information. Thank you. I send this. I give me a brief update. Like it can like basically can structure my entire day for me. Like say what things I have to know. Tell me like, okay, connect my Fireflies, connect my project management systems, and then give me a full walkthrough. Each morning, I want to say like, hey, go through everything. Go through my I can connect to a bank account, which I've done before and still currently do. Give it everything. Say like, hey, go through all my documents, all my meeting note takers, all my teams, and the entire Slack channels. See if there's anything that I'm currently essentially missing out on, and let me know the updates so I can keep track on things. And then also maybe send a brief to clients, send an email. You can do whatever you want. So I'm going to send this now and let you know once it has been found. So just like this, it found me a one cal.com confirmation. It found me a LinkedIn session with Jonathan, right, at 2 p.m. at tomorrow, actually. So it can basically fetch whatever information you want to have and like just say the things that you want to do. You can also create this as a custom command, which essentially means it's going to run in the same order each day. Like, hey, go through all my Slack, everything I have, and give me like an update about the day or like about yesterday or things that are due. The things I personally like to do when it comes to this, and here I have the booking confirmation actually. The thing I like to personally do is like, okay, go to in this case, I have like a flow. First of all, and like the last step is usually the most important. First of all, like, okay, fetch my project management, if I can zoom this in, fetch my project management system and CRM. See if there are any new updates from yesterday. Then from the entire week, let's say. Then what I can do here is say, then check my Slack channels and see if I have missed any updates for clients this week. If so, let me know who and what I have missed. Also check in internal meetings and see what they say, what they said about the client, if I can show everything here, and the current progress by checking my Fireflies, aka meeting. Notetaker. 5. Let me know. Thanks. That's it, right? You can have flows like this that essentially do everything for you. It goes top to bottom. It goes, okay, is there any new updates in my project management system? Check the entire week. Check my Slack channels, like where I communicate with my clients, since it's always on Slack or email or whatever, and see, have I missed anything? Have we done something we haven't updated about? Have we done something which we are currently to do about? Do we need their input? How we measure them about it, right? Everything. Then, if so, let me know who and what have been missed. How I have missed in this case. I hope that makes sense. Like, sky is the limit here. You can customize however you want. It's just about like thinking which are the processes I want to optimate, or basically streamline and automate, and then take it from there. So yeah, if you need help with more operations, I'm going to give you the skill down below for free. Just download it, give you it to your cloud system. So just give it to your cloud and give it the skill here, like output the document by uploading a file or like the text, and you can basically get the entire idea here on what you're going to do. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content and let me know if you want help building your cloud or operational systems out. Thank you and wishing you all the best.